Dogs. They're everywhere. Millions of people in North America share their homes with these animals. Many of us consider them to be a part of the family. We spend untold sums of money buying them food and toys to make them happy, and we teach them tricks like shake a paw and sit for our own amusement. But what if we told you dogs were capable of so much more? What if we told you that dogs have the ability to save thousands of lives? The development and implementation of canine units in law enforcement has become an essential component of conducting police work. Today, police dogs are used to assist police officers in performing various tasks, including finding and apprehending suspects, searching for evidence, controlling crowds, searching for drugs or explosives, protecting police officers, locating missing people, and fostering community relations. There are currently 112 RCMP dog teams across Canada and hundreds of police dogs who risk their lives to perform dangerous tasks that increase the level of safety for officers and help to protect and serve our society. One of the main advantages of using a dog in these situations is due to their heightened sense of smell. It has been determined that a dog's sense of smell is almost 50 times more sensitive than of a human's nose. A well-trained police dog is able to use their olfactory senses to locate suspects, drugs, weapons, and bombs. This would be next to impossible for a human to do using only their nose. A dog's sense of smell can also identify a specific scent even when there are other scents around in the area. Law enforcement agencies have reported that individuals trafficking narcotics have tried to fool substance detection dogs by wrapping the narcotics in clothing that have been covered with perfume. Despite making these attempts to cover up the smell, the dogs weren't fooled. Another advantage of using canines to perform police work is their physical capabilities. When a conflict does occur, many police dogs are also better equipped than humans to catch and apprehend a suspect until the police officer arrives because of their speed and long-lasting endurance. So many lives have been saved around the world by the work of these dogs and their handlers. Many believe the use of these dogs is irreplaceable, but it's important to note that not everyone agrees that dogs in the service is a good thing. So what exactly are the arguments against the use of these dogs? First of all, let's look at the cost to society. Police and military dogs are initially very expensive, with the first year of life costing upwards of $30,000 for breeding, purchasing of the puppy, training, and buying the necessary equipment. Once fully trained and on the force, there are other ways in which the use of dogs go wrong on occasion. Then there's the danger to people around the dog. There have been reports of police dogs biting the wrong victims or acting out towards their handlers with behavioral issues. What many dog lovers are concerned about, however, is the welfare of the dogs. Police dogs usually arrive to the suspect before the police officer, which provides time for the criminal to use any violence and/or weapons to injure the dog. Some dogs are trained to sniff out bombs, an inherently dangerous task that could lead to death. In order to prevent physical harm from occurring, there are several different strategies that the police department has implemented to prevent police and search dogs from being injured or dying while on the job. One of the main ways to help keep the dogs safe while on duty is to select the right type of dog to do the job and to provide the appropriate level of training to help avoid situations where they could become injured. German Shepherds and Malinois are usually the preferred breed and selected to perform police-related work. Labrador Retrievers are also often seen in search and rescue situations, drug and explosive detection. Bloodhounds and Springer Spaniels are also used in jobs requiring a good sense of smell. When selecting puppies to become police dogs, preliminary tests are involved to determine the dog's natural abilities and personalities. Dogs that are afraid, anxious, or shy are not desirable candidates. What this means is dogs who are chosen for the job are dogs who enjoy and have natural inclinations towards the jobs they will be doing. According to dog specialists, The four most important characteristics that a police dog must possess are willingness to sniff objects, concentration or focusing ability, accuracy of their sense of smell, and willingness to bring an object back to a person. Once training begins, each dog is assigned a handler who works with them and to learn what they need to know, from obedience and agility to tracking and searching. All dogs need to be able to perform these skills under stressful or non-desirable environments, for example, places with loud noises, and become desensitized to such environments from an early age. The dog must complete the training in order to work on the force. Another very important part of police dog training is to ensure the handler and the dog have a very strong bond, as they will take commands from the handler with greater ease. This leads to an incredible bond being formed between dog and human, and strengthening that bond leads to a more cohesive and successful team. Another form of protection for police dogs is through protective equipment that is provided for dogs while on duty. For example, bulletproof vests and wear foot protection performing search and rescues at dangerous locations. And then there's the development of legislation as Quanto's Law, which institutes a maximum jail sentence of 5 years for anyone convicted of intentionally killing a police dog or service animal.
Quanto died in October 2013, stabbed while trying to apprehend a suspect. His death sparked an outpouring of emotion, grief, anger, and a push for change. Today, that change takes effect.
This sends a strong message to anyone that was to injure or kill a service animal in the line of duty that this will be met with very serious consequences. They're there to protect us, and we should be protecting them.
The consequences, a maximum 5-year prison term, and that would be in addition to any other convictions for other possible offenses committed during the incident.
All in all, it's important to look at the full story in situations involving animal welfare. While there are dangers involved, there are a lot of work being done to prevent harm coming to the dogs. From puppyhood throughout their training out into the workforce, handlers are working very closely with these dogs to make sure the costs are minimal and the benefits are as great as they can be. As members of the public, you can help support the dogs who do so much for us by raising public awareness and or taking part in local fundraisers for such things such as canine protective equipment or puppy training efforts. The question is, what will you do for the dogs that work so hard to keep us safe?